What we're finding with online video is that we've actually ignored a lot of the lessons learned from the offline, the linear experience. When I watch TV at home, we're doing a great job of driving consumers from content to content to content as part of a linear experience. In the online world, we essentially have this black hole called the end screen, where I finish watching a given piece of content and we essentially just stop. We don't really do anything with the consumer from there. And this is a huge missed opportunity. So what Ooyala is launching and offering to all of our consumers and our publishers is the ability to increase overall discoverability and ultimately better retention and personalization of the content experience. So how this manifests is via Ooyala Discovery. This is a system we've built that provides deep data analysis around the consumption patterns for each and every single one of our publishers that can then deliver truly customized results and recommendations when you finish watching a video. This takes form of users who watch this video also like these other videos, or even to the extent of you as an individual consumer of content, personalized recommendations for other videos that you would find of interest. This is tied to a specific publisher's inventory. So within your silo of content, we can help drive your users to the specific videos that they'll find of most interest. What we're finding is content recommendation and, more importantly, just discovery. It's the intersection not only of the algorithmic side, right, knowing really accurately what users find of most interest, but it's also the consumer experience component of it as well. So this takes different forms for different publishers and different types of content. It also changes depending on the device. The key components that we're finding to be truly successful is, one, on the algorithmic side, how you optimize and what you're trying to value, right? What is actually important isn't a click. It isn't just driving the user to another video, but it's actually ensuring that they're going to watch that video, that they'll engage with it. If you have a short form piece of content, you want to be able to drive the user to a video that they'll watch all the way through so that you can then have the opportunity to monetize them with an ad and ultimately drive them to another piece of content. What we're able to do is we're able to track consumption across users. Ooyala today reaches nearly 200 million consumers, and we're tracking the anonymous consumption profiles of each of these users per publisher and can then truly personalize those recommendations. So even if you and I are watching the exact same video, you could get a different set of recommendations than I can based off of our previous viewing history. What it usually is based on is a combination of anonymous cookies and device IDs. If you have logged into a website, let's say you're on a consumer site that you actually authenticate to, they can provide your user ID to us so that we can actually track consumption and give you cross-device recommendations as well. But what we find is most of our publishers who are doing ad-supported forms of content distribution, it's generally based on an anonymous ID.
Cool, and what are your hopes for the product?
So what we're finding already is an increase in up to 2 to 6x, depending on consumption type and content type, of overall user engagement and retention. Ultimately, the goal for this is to personalize the consumer experience, which, as a result, better monetizes content. In the online world, we have this opportunity to have a one-to-one relationship with each consumer, very different than the traditional linear broadcast model, which is a one-to-many. And that really is what ultimately is going to unlock the opportunity to significantly increase overall revenue for our content publishers. The ability to get the right content to the right consumer on the right screen and ultimately provide the right monetization models.